Do we really have free will? It's one of the oldest questions humanity has ever asked. It's there in ancient myth, religious doctrine, and modern science. Are we truly the authors of our actions? Or are we simply playing out a script written by biology, physics, and time? Let's take it back, way back. In ancient Greece, philosophers like Democritus imagined a universe made of indivisible atoms, colliding and moving according to natural laws. No gods, no randomness, just cause and effect. Then came Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, who introduced the idea of rational agency, humans making moral decisions through reason, the seeds of what we'd later call free will. Centuries later, religious thinkers like Augustine and Aquinas debated how free will could exist in a world ruled by an all-knowing God. If God knows everything, past, present, and future, how could we choose anything at all? This tension persisted for centuries. Are we free, or are we fated? Fast forward to the Enlightenment, and thinkers like David Hume and Immanuel Kant tried to reconcile human freedom with natural laws. Kant argued that even if the universe is deterministic, we must act as if we're free, because morality depends on it. But then came science, and the ground shifted. In the 20th century, psychology and neuroscience began to reveal just how much of our behavior is influenced, or even controlled, by unconscious processes. We already mentioned Benjamin Libet's experiments. Participants were asked to move their fingers at will while researchers tracked their brain activity. In most cases, the brain showed signs of preparing the action milliseconds, sometimes seconds, before the person reported deciding to move. That led to a controversial conclusion. The conscious mind may not initiate decisions. It may simply observe them. More recently, studies using fMRI scans showed that patterns in brain activity could predict a decision up to 10 seconds before a person became aware of it. That's not just a delay, it's a total rethink of what consciousness is. But let's pause. Does this mean we have no free will? Not necessarily. There are different schools of thought here. Determinists believe that everything, including our choices, is the inevitable result of prior causes. That makes free will an illusion. Libertarians, not the political kind, believe that we do have genuine freedom to choose, that our will can override cause and effect. And then there's compatibilism, a middle path. This view holds that free will and determinism can coexist. You're not free in the sense of escaping cause and effect, but you're free if your actions reflect your own values, desires, and reasoning, without external coercion. Think of it this way. You didn't choose your genes, your upbringing, your culture, but within those constraints, you do deliberate, you do reflect, you do try to be better. So maybe freedom isn't about total independence. Maybe it's about authenticity, acting in line with who you are. Still, there are implications here. Legal systems are built on the idea of individual responsibility. But if a person's actions are shaped by genetics, trauma, or brain chemistry, how much blame do they deserve? Some argue this view demands a shift, from punishment to prevention, from retribution to rehabilitation. Then there's the cultural angle. Western societies often emphasize individualism. You are the master of your fate. But many Eastern philosophies, like Buddhism, suggest that the self is an illusion, and so is control. In that light, letting go of free will isn't a loss, it's liberation. Freedom from ego, from guilt, from the illusion of separateness. So where does that leave us? Maybe we don't have free will in the ultimate cosmic sense. Maybe we're not captains steering the ship, but navigators working within the currents. Still, we can observe, we can reflect, we can change. And in that space, between impulse and action, maybe we find a kind of freedom that's not absolute, but real enough to matter. Because even if our choices are shaped by 1,000 unseen forces, the fact that we care about this question at all might be the most human thing about us.